I ate it. Hey guys, it's me Ann, and this is Beauty with Me. What do you think of when I say the word powder? I think of face powder, maybe powder foundation. I sure as hell don't think about powdered lipstick, but I have some today. I've been noticing a lot of brands come out with powdered versions of kind of unique products lately, so I decided to put them all to the test on my face and do a full face of powder makeup. But before we get started, make sure you're subscribed down below. Hit the little red button down there so we can hang out every single Monday. So without further ado, let's get started. I have a very strange foundation to test. It is from Manuel Beauty, and it is a powder to cream. It just like, you rub it in and it just turns into a cream. It's a very matte foundation, but it's actually a little bit tacky to the touch. I will say it doesn't blend a ton, so you do kind of have to stamp it on and blend in the area and then dip in for more. And I think it's done a really good job of like evening me out, but I do wish it had more coverage. All right, so concealer, I have a new product. This is from a brand called Pure, and it actually comes with a little Pure spongy thing. The actual instructions are to apply the concealer onto the sponge itself and then tap it under your eyes. I'm gonna try that, and I'm also gonna try it with a brush. I think it's a little difficult to build up coverage with the product like this. So I'm going to powder my face with this Tpsy powder all over so that my bronzer and my blush and everything goes on smoothly and evenly. All right, so moving right along to bronzer. I have this one from Lancome, never used before, but it is a loose powder bronzer that comes in a convenient little brush package. This bronzer looks pretty shimmery and a little bit on the orange side, so I don't think it's gonna be a good contour bronzer. I'm gonna try to actually bronze and warm up my skin. Ooh, I just got a burst of shimmer. I think the color of it is nice if you want like an actual warm bronzer, one that you can put on the high points of your face to mimic, you know, having been outside in the sun. I think that the component being in that little click up package makes it really difficult to see how much product you're putting on your face. So I have this really cool product that I'm really excited to try. It's by Chanel. Ooh. There's a balm and a lip powder. So there are a few ways you can use this apparently. You can just use the balm straight from the pan. You can use the powder on top of the balm, but you can also use the actual powder as an eyeshadow or a blush. So in this case, I'm actually gonna use it as a blush, but I'm putting it on today, it's fine. It's what was that? And I actually quite like it. I think it has a very nice kind of matte finish. The coloring was really beautiful. It was kind of a pinky coral. I think it brightened up my face a lot. So I don't have like a weird highlighter today. It's just a highlighter that I've actually used before and I really love. It's by Dose of Colors. It is a baked highlighter. It has this beautiful marbling running through it, and I love the subtle glow it gives. So I'm just gonna dip my highlighter brush into it and dust it onto my cheekbones. So I have very oily eyelids, so I'm gonna use a new eyeshadow today that I've never used before, but I wanna see how it holds up on its own and how it holds up with the eyelid primer. And my eyeshadow today is actually gonna be from a brand called Tpsy. It's called 2 Drink Minimum. How cute is that? So this is the lilac side, and it has a little bit of shadow on an actual sponge tip, so you don't even need to use brushes. And on the other side is another color, this nice bronze. So I'm gonna start with this beautiful warm brown. Oh, it's so easy to use. I think applying it is really easy, but I think I'm still gonna wanna use a blending brush to blend it out. Do a little bit of the deeper shade on my lower lash line. If you wanna dip back into this product and you wanna wear like quite a bit of eyeshadow, it's a little bit difficult, like you have to keep dipping it, it's springy, but it's just so convenient to have these little sponges. You don't have to bring extra brushes. All right, so I'm going to move on to a little bit of liner. Just a little bit. And I have these L'Oreal Infallible Smokissime? I have these Infallible Smokissime eyeliners from L'Oreal. I think what I'm gonna go with is the brown shade today. Wow, these really stay on. I mean, look. It's a really easy diffuse line that you really don't need brushes for, but I'm gonna use a brush just to diffuse it even further. So my mascara that I have is kind of an exciting one. I've never used it before. It's called the Besame Mascara Cake, and it comes in this little tin that you open up, and it comes with a little brush and a dry mascara formula. Kind of looks like a piece of dark chocolate. It is kind of the same componentry and style as a lot of the mascaras that people use in the 1920s. I'll put a drop of water onto the actual cake and then rub this little brush in it and use that to apply my mascara. I think it's supposed to turn into like a little bit of a paste. I really like how this has defined my eyelashes. I don't think it's holding a curl. I'm gonna get my bottom lashes, wish me luck. This brush isn't great for getting bottom lashes, especially if you have no eyelashes like I do. It kind of is hard to work with. You kind of end up getting the mascara all over, but I think that if you used a spoolie, like just run to Sephora, get a free like sample spoolie and use that instead, I think it'll be much easier. So I actually have a powder eyebrow product for you, and they're kind of weird. It's from this brand called Blink Brow Bar. It's a powder eyebrow product that comes out with this little spongy applicator that you kind of put onto your eyebrows and fill them in with. It works. I think that it's a little bit messy. If you aren't careful, you can get a little bit of fallout. I thought that was a kind of a gimmicky product at first, but I think I was able to get a good look out of it. Definitely have a spoolie though. So last but not least is lipstick. And I'm very excited for this step because I have these Cle Cosmetics Melting Lip Powders, and they're straight up powder. But I'm choosing between the shades Desert Rose and Hot Choco. I'm gonna actually swatch them so I can see. So I'm gonna use this shade Desert Rose. Aw man, I got some of my pants. Ooh. It looks like powder in the tube, but it's going on like a liquid. Super powder matte finish. But I will say that this lipstick doesn't layer over itself nicely, so it's kind of like do it in one go and don't try to layer on top. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for this look because some of these products were really hard to work with. Like the lip color, love the eye look. Do I think the powder is worth the mess? Short answer, no. Long answer, if you want something that's a little bit more unique, something that's a little fun to play with, totally go for it. I'm gonna wear this for the rest of the day. I'm gonna see how it wears, and then at the end of the day, I'll let you know my final thoughts. See you then. Bye. Just got home. I've been wearing this makeup for quite a while now, and I've gotta say I'm pretty oily. But I'm quite surprised as to how natural the foundation looks. It didn't cover. I do think that even as I wore it, it started to wear even more. Eyes, primer side held up way better. Not too much smudging. I think the mascara smudged a little bit. I liked the way it came out, but the powder products themselves are so difficult to work with. They get everywhere. They got on my pants. Like, as I was putting them on my face, I feel like I was breathing it in and coughing. Let me know in the comments what you think. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys next week. Bye. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Let me know what you want to see next on Beauty With Me by commenting down below, and click here to subscribe to Refinery29, and click here to watch another episode of Beauty With Me. Bye!